Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Goldfinger, and this movie came out in 1964, and it is the third James Bond movie that I've talked about that's not the Daniel Craig ones, and this one I enjoyed. I didn't like it as much as From Russia with Love, but I thought it was better than Dr. No, and where this movie works for me is Sean Connery as James Bond. I think he's great, and throughout the entire movie, you really enjoy his performance. Well, I did at least, and he really brings a lot to the character, and it's always fun. I like the action in this movie. I think it's fun. And the special effects, whenever that does happen, it's not very often. Like computer animation where like characters are supposed to be like flying. Like it's a small part of the movie, and it's like towards the end. I'm not going to give you any context to what was going on, but that was the only time where I was pulled out of the movie, and I was like, that was kind of bad, and the movie does end kind of weak for me, and I wished it was done a bit better. But the movie does have a very strong first half, and that's the best part of the movie for me, is the first half of the movie. I was really on board. I was enjoying the story and where it went, and I liked it, the gadgets. That was fun, and I enjoy everyone, all the characters and their interactions with one another, and it's always entertaining. I like M in this movie, even though he's not in the movie a lot. I do like him in the movie. Q, sorry, I meant to say Q, not M. While I do enjoy M in this movie, I like Q as well. The music in this movie was kind of bland and forgettable to me. I just didn't find it memorable. I like the James Bond theme as usual, and the opening was supposed to be like the Goldfinger introduction and like the intro for the movie. I don't know, it just didn't stick with me, unfortunately. And that's about all I have to say with the music. And luckily the movie, it doesn't rely on music entirely. Most of what you get out of the movie is James Bond and just watching him on screen and having fun with how he interacts in this world. And there's lots of fun to be had with the character, and it's always entertaining, especially in that first half. That first half, I think, is really great, but once we get into the second half, that's where the movie kind of falls apart for me. It just becomes like way too slow, and everything just comes to a grinding halt, and I'm just no longer into the movie anymore because it's just a lot of the same thing, and not much is being progressed, and it does take its time, and I just felt as though this movie was too long. If it was like 20 minutes shorter, I think it would have been much better. And I was emotionally checked out by that point, but the first half I think is really, really good. And I did enjoy Goldfinger as a villain. I thought he was a good antagonist to James Bond. I thought that how the character was portrayed was well done. And he's just a greedy businessman, and that's all you really need. And I think he works just fine in that role, and it's fun. The plot to the movie was fine. I didn't think it was like the reason why I would be watching the movie, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm ever gonna revisit this movie, I'm not gonna be watching it for the plot. It's mostly just there just to have like all these action set pieces and just to move things along and keep you entertained. It's more of an excuse to have these specific things happen rather than like have something that's interesting or like emotionally engaging. And it just never played an important role to anything really. Like, the plot could have been like almost non-existent, and the movie wouldn't be a lot different from what we actually got. And that's about all I have to say about Goldfinger. It was a decent James Bond movie. I enjoyed the first half a lot. The second half, I nearly fell asleep while watching it. And it just became progressively more boring for me to watch. And that's about all I have to say about it. I didn't regret watching it. It's just nothing super special to me. And I would recommend that you check it out, but I'm not sure if I would ever revisit it again. Or at least not for a long time. If I'm in the mood to rewatch every single James Bond movie, then I guess I'll revisit this one. But that's all I have to say about it. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Goldfinger a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Goldfinger, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for King Kong from 1976. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.